So this is one of the milestones in a player's career, is where you transfer from being a schoolboy player to a fully fledged scholar stroke under 18s, come under 23s player, and this is Academy Pitch 5.
Yeah.
So on this section, you've got pitches 1 to 5 for the Academy.
Yeah.
And that's the under 18s, 16s, 18s, 23s. And back in the day, when we bought the farmhouse, the back garden was the native hedge here, to the native hedge behind us, where the 3 trees are, and the native hedge in front, and that was the back garden.
Oh, wow.
So the chairman's vision even then was, bought the farmhouse, we can get a pitch in it. Long before we had designs to build a lodge. So this Academy Pitch 5, great pitch. Also in this area here, you'll see the synthetic here. Now, that synthetic area is on a steel plate that can lift up.
All right.
And then the 6-yard section in front of it is on a hydraulic ram, and that slides in and out.
Oh, wow.
So in the middle of that 6-yard box, there's actually a rubber joint that runs through it. And that was the test area for the stadium, for the new pitch. Because the new pitch is in 3 sections. And we had to test all the ways of doing the joint and how it comes together, and all the hydraulics and how it works, and the rubber joint, and make sure you couldn't see it, make sure a player doesn't trip over on it. So we thought the best place to test an area like that is in the middle of a 6-yard box. No area in a football pitch is ever going to get more wear than the middle of a 6-yard box. So we put it in there without the players knowing. When we built this, we had screens all around it, so no one knew. And they just came, played, smashed it, just to see whether there was anything. What we also wanted to do with that as well was test whether it moved. Even a small section. You can imagine if you had a player jumping for a header at a corner and you'll land, and then you get a vibration, you'd be known as the wobbly pitch. So no one wanted that. So we had to make sure we went through all the engineering tests. But this area here was used for all of those testing.
And did you have any snags to begin with?
No.
You didn't?
No.
So it was just, that's brilliant.
We looked at different things, and whether we could put the hybrid stitching machine in, because of the joins and the way the sections come together. I guess the biggest thing it did give us was we needed to go down the hybrid carpet technology. So whilst it was out there and it was in its infancy, I guess we kind of worked with the manufacturers and the suppliers, and now we have a great relationship with Hewitts and Tillers, which is HT Pro, to produce a playing surface every year that fits our needs of a dead flat pitch with a hybrid reinforcement. But we did look at whether we could stitch it, and we couldn't, because it was you were going to end up having to hand stitch about a foot wide by the whole length of the pitch, 110 metres, twice.
Some job,
every year. So not saying we're lazy by any stretch, but it's finding a system that works.
Well, you found one, so
and our French bowls courts, it's lovely in the corner.
It does,
I've retired from French bowls.
Well, you know what, I'm going to take it up from now on.
So part of the planning consent when we built this training centre was to reinstate some historic hedges, and this is a historic hedge line that runs down here, so it's quite patchy.
Mate, do you have an ecologist?
So we had an ecology plan, we do it ourselves, but there was an ecology plan when we opened up the training centre. So we had that as guidance to work to, but we've gone far on and above whatever was in the ecology plan. And this is Academy Match Pitch 2.
So who would train here?
So trained them very seldom, to be fair. It's used at the beginning of the season, i.e. now, and it will be used at the end of the season. But other than that, other than the odd session during the week, it's used every weekend on a Saturday. Our under 16s will be on here.
All right.
And it depends what competition they play in. They end up with mixed age groups, so it's hard to say under 16s, under 18s, under 24s.
Will they get a lot of people watching, or is it all?
You can trial. It's all behind closed doors. It's behind closed doors with parents. They'll get a certain amount of tickets for them to come in.
All right.
And then we break through into what is our little gem. And this is our barbecue come relaxation area. It's a little bit wild at the moment. The landscapers are in. The ball
fantastic.
In the pond that needs cleaning.
You haven't started one up for us, so.
No, sorry.
Isn't that great, isn't it?
So again, this area will be enhanced. There's 25, 30 koi carp in there.
Right. Well, you have thought of everything, haven't you?
So this is a relaxation area. It's a great area. So if you come here as a team and you stay, in their package to stay, they would get one night maybe as a barbecue instead of eating in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And they'll come down here, and again, it was all Wi-Fi. It's got all the music, all the speakers.
Yeah, right. So when they come, they've obviously all been to all the other training grounds. Are they in all of it as well? Do they go well, or are they just worried about the football?
No, again, you know, as I said earlier, you take out some comments that whether it's players or backroom staff or TV pundits. And I know England stayed here in the Euros, and I remember watching an interview with Tyrone Mings, and this isn't anything disrespectful to Aston Villa, but he was doing a piece for the FA, and it was called In the Lion's Den. So it's their social media, YouTube footage, whatever it may be. And they interviewed him, and I said, "Oh, right, we moved to Spurs Lodge from St George's, and what do you think of Spurs Lodge?" And again, a snippet from Tyrone was, "Well, we've just built a new training ground at Villa, and I thought that was absolutely out of this world until you come here." Again, that's no disrespect to Aston Villa, but it's the add-ons that we've added, and this would be one.
Yeah.
And again, it's the setting we're in, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Some clubs can and be able to do stuff like this, some couldn't.
I agree.
We're naturally gifted to be in this part of rural outskirts of London.
Yeah.
We're on top of the M25.
Yeah. Yeah, easy access.
And this place is great. And I'm just trying to find koi carp, because as we were talking, there was two beautiful koi carp on the
really?
Right in the far corner. Right towards the
car. Yeah, I've got them, yeah.
And they're just cruising.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, we had snakes. But this is our attenuation pond. So this began life, and I remember this as being a disused, dilapidated tennis courts when it was a sports ground.
Yeah.
And the first thing we constructed on site was this attenuation pond, and it was literally London clay. We carved it out.
Yeah.
Below this wooden path where we sit is the outlet.
Yeah.
So there's a head wall on the far side, a double head wall here on the left.
Yeah.
So that's all our excess water that comes back to be controlled here, and then it gets drained off site via this outlet, and it goes out behind us into an old sluice gate into the natural watercourse. But before it gets here, on the top side of here is a big chamber. There's a 900 ml pipe which we pump water back to our irrigation.
Oh, do you?
So it's only excess water that comes in here, and that's once taken off.
That's bloody good, that is.
And that was a design back in 2006-07. So we were ahead of our thinking.
You really were.
Carp on the far side.
Yeah, now I see it now.
And then when we built the lodge, we had a disused dry pond there. And again, to keep in with our environmental responsibilities, I would say more than anything, but to keep with our environmental responsibilities, we built two natural ponds. I say natural, they were built, but they've given a natural environment. They sit in a wetland area, and we have great crested newts within there. And believe it or not, I'm not sure how it got in there, but one of the landscapers sent a picture the other day on our WhatsApp group of a terrapin.
Oh, really?
So I'm not sure how the terrapins.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Turn up in there, but it's there.
Yeah, it involves, doesn't it?
And last summer we built the from between the head walls there was a rockery.
Yeah. But
the internal landscaping team redid the whole of that area there.
Yeah.
And built the whole of that. So it's a double Argentinian style barbecue, pizza oven, and enough seated area there for 60 to 70 people.
That's great. Yeah, really good. Oh, well done, mate. That's fantastic.
And we'll finish off with the barbecue, the amphitheatre, and then we'll have a quick look at the first team, and then you've seen it.
Yeah.
This is where we did this piece for Ashley Cole and Carlton Cole down here. It was a BT Sport thing they did. And again, even thinking about this, so when they come here for the caterers, that's reinforced grass down there.
Oh, right.
So hybrid, so they can drive the golf cart down.
Yeah.
But from the other side, you don't see it.
Oh, it is great. It's impressive.
And then last but not least of our little hidden gems is this meandering walkway that
all right.
Just a relaxation area. Staff come and walk around.
Yeah.
And then what we do have here is an official registered with the Aviation Authority, an official landing.
Yeah, look at that. You've got your own helipad.
So, own helipad, also it's uplit, and the pilot, if he had a night landing, will be given the frequency code which he dials in on, and he turns the lights on.
All right, amazing.
In need of a bit of fertiliser there, Lars, bit of red thread in there.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of red thread.
Nothing wrong with a bit of red thread. So again, just a nice...
On the golf course.
On the golf course, yeah.
I don't know about your football pitches, yeah.
Not for the nitrogen.
I have a bit of red thread. I'm a mean and lean guy.
So...
now look at this then.
So Lars, this is a new feature. New feature last summer. This is our amphitheatre. Quite often I'm asked why it's a football club need an amphitheatre, but what a great space.
Yeah, fantastic.
Great area.
So do you get up and present to the players?
So you ask a very good question. This is a great space.
Yeah. And
one that we will be using as a team.
Oh, really?
Because you can sit and do a presentation indoors.
Yeah.
Or you can come out here, fresh air, out with a team, lovely environment, and present. Not designed for us at all, but 100% we will use it.
Yeah.
Team meetings,
I think it's a great idea.
Space, you can get 60, 70 people in here.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you need to do.
Well, you could do presentations for the grounds industry, can you?
Absolutely.
Some people in here.
And like I say, this is a new feature, but it's a good add-on from what we have. We've been in the French Bowls. The barbecue area, so if you stay here as an international team stay, or our team when they stay, or if you're on a training camp, so the US women's team stayed here ahead of the French World Cup a few years ago, 4 years ago. They stayed at the training camp. They didn't have this, but they had the barbecue area. And it's just about feeling in a really nice, calm, tranquil environment. And remembering where we are, we're inside the M25.
Yeah, totally. Oh, it's very impressive. I look forward to one of your talks here. We'll have to think of a subject for you.
And we've got the helipad for you to fly.
We've got the helipad,
You're out of yours. That's yours.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Or was it Turf Business? Mine Smart, has he got?
Well, he's got some money.
He looks like it. I reckon he could pilot. What do you reckon?
I reckon he's going to have to. That's me lift for next year sorted.
He's looking at
where is it now? I need to get back.
Yeah, look, he's thinking.
This is great. Yeah.
But again, even like we had a tree that's died.
Yeah,
so we put a feature around there, growing the climbers up here.
Yeah.
This one here's got years left in it. Unfortunately, it's sad, 200-300 years old.
Yeah. It does look great, man. It's a great asset, isn't it? So you're multi-talented, everything now. You've got everything covered.
You talk about your early days.
Yeah.
And my early days here, this was a sports ground, this first section.
Yeah.
And right where the helipad is used to be the dilapidated building that our academy schoolboys used to train in.
All right.
Used to be a car park in front of the buggy.
Hard to believe.
We used to come in via Middleton House.
Yeah.
Under 16's pitch was just in front. Dilapidated tennis courts where the pond is. So I've been fortunate, and I'm proud, and really, I say fortunate is the right word. I reflect on my career, and I've been able to see that through. You don't take it now, you don't understand it because you're still working here, still living your day to day.
Yeah.
But maybe a few years' time, put my feet up and think back to what it was and what.
Yeah, I agree totally. And you've achieved a lot.
It's still the real one. It's the here
You're
and
still
the now.
there because you still want to progress and things like this, pushing it forward.
And you know what? It's strange, isn't it? Because I was asked a question even when we opened the stadium. It's the what's next. And at the time, you can't see what next is.
Yeah.
And then since then we've enhanced that, we've done this, we've done something else.
Things always moving forward.
And as we spoke about, it's not for now, but in the future the women's games, or now the women's games going big, but in the future our development of the women's team will be bigger and better.
Yeah. Exciting times are still, isn't there? I guess, does he get a bad press?
He does, and I'll be honest, he really does. And I have to say, the public wouldn't see the real Daniel.
It's funny, isn't it?
And they wouldn't get to see what goes on behind the scenes here, and what that detail is.
Yeah.
They only ever see what they want to see and what happens with the football team.
Yeah.
And at the moment, our predicament, where we finished last season, it won't hurt anyone more than him. Trust me.
Yeah.
And we all feel that pain because we all want to win, and we all want. You can have great pitch, but we want a pitch that we win.
So what happens when you get relegated? Not you, but as a groundsman, you get relegated. Is that
so? We've been close to it once years ago.
Bad? You viewed upon different light if you get relegated?
I don't think we are as grounds, but the knock-on effect. The knock-on effect is budget.
Yeah.
Budget, staff, and then you have to adapt and you have to adjust. And even me for this year, my budget's not what it would have been last year because we're not in Europe.
Yeah, sack a manager, the pitches run. Do you get that in golf? Like, we're always getting moaned at. As you know, there's 500 greenkeepers, and they're moan about every other little thing going, and we can't accept it. Do you get that in?
You do get it in football to an extent, and you know what? You're right when you go for a sticky patch, and I had it this year. So, Lars, we've been around the schoolboys, we've been around the senior academy and the lodge and our nice bespoke areas.
Really? Yeah.
But this is the pinnacle, really. This is the first team.
Yeah.
First team have 4 full-size pitches and then 3 large training areas to go with it.
Yep.
And the whole of this wing of the building is all first team. There's an extension going on and a media centre being added. So there's still construction and building works.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of work that we've done future planning where we've realigned some undersaw heating header pipes. Yeah. So there's a little area here which is late on a growing. If you'd have been here yesterday, you would have seen a hybrid stitching machine finishing off stitching the pipe work. So or reinstating.
When will they come back and start training?
So they've been back for a week and then they've flown out and they played a game as a little warm-up game yesterday.
Yeah, where did they play?
They were in Perth. They played some team in Claret and Blue, apparently.
Oh, did they? I can't remember.
I've not seen the score.
3-2, was it?
I couldn't possibly comment.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay. I've got about 5 broken ribs driving around.
And I've got me 20 quid.
You got me 20 quid. But no, so this is the area that's obviously of paramount importance.
Yeah.
This is what the whole centre's about, and is us producing the best possible.
Yeah. So this will
playing areas.
You would try and replicate the pitch in a way, surface-wise.
Yeah, so even to the point where, not that there are any anymore, but even to the point where pitch 4 is a fibre sand pitch, not a hybrid stitch pitch, just for the event if we went and played maybe in an FA Cup in a lower league and it's a fibre sand pitch.
Yeah, you'd try.
You've got the pitch there, it's an offering.
Yeah, And
again, from our position, we would just offer it up. You go to the coaches and you say, right, we're playing such and such, and this is the makeup of their pitch. We would take it on ourselves to tell them that.
Yeah.
If you want to train on a pitch like for like, that's it.
Yeah. And they take you up on it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Some will. As I said earlier, like we played Leeds last game of the season last year. On the day before we trained, don't water the pitch for us because we know it's going to be dry at Ellen Road tomorrow. So we'll rather train on a pitch which is going to be a bit sticky.
Yeah.
And that's no criticism to Leeds because it's home advantage.
Yeah,
that's what
of course.
I don't remember the game as to whether it was or it wasn't. But they're the level of detail you'll think about. But again, for us, we would tell a coach, okay, you're playing at X team, and we would know what pitches they're on.
Yeah.
Just to go back on the keeping the data. So, for example, we had some constructive criticism that goal area on pitch 3 was particularly worn, and this area on far end on pitch 1 was particularly worn.
Yeah.
And that was very easy then for me to go to the director of football with the data and say, look, it's not a problem. These are the reasons why.
Yeah.
75% of the pitch usage this season has been that end and that end.
Yeah.
And the reason is closest to the dressing room.
Yeah. I see.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I can only ask the coach to use and balance the wear.
Yeah.
I cannot go and stop his session and dictate he goes down the other end.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
but you've got the evidence.
There's the evidence.
Yeah.
So it's not a blame game.
Yeah.
It's an explanation. It's an understanding. It's about we're a team.
Yeah.
So we'll put. You're only a cog in the wheel. I use it often. We talked about conducting the orchestra as being a boss, but for me, we're just one spoke in that wheel.
Yeah.
You can get away with 2 broken spokes, 3 or 4, and then the wheel can collapse.
Yeah.
Now, whether you're catering, kit, grounds, physio, technical director, player, chairman, we're all spokes in that wheel. And to make that wheel turn, we all have to play our part.
Yeah. No, we appreciate that. Yeah, without doubt.
And that's really
where
it is. Lars?
Well done, mate.
It's been a pleasure.
And you too, thanks for showing me around.
You've nicked me 20 quid.
I've nicked you 20 quid, but don't worry, you'll have a chance to get it back.
And
that's great, mate.
Before the first thing come back, and then the chair and go, right, you fucking done.
Yeah,
cheers. All good. So I think the next plan will be to get rid of the white cladding and create a wooden cladding all the way through. Because at the moment it looks like a sore thumb stuck on the end.
Yeah, when you've got everything else going on. Yeah.
So this was a cage that we had here. AVB had this installed in the year 1. AVB, I really like working with AVB.
Did you? Yeah.
And that was an enclosed cage with a net across the top.
Yeah.
And they used it for 6 minutes a week. But it was so intense. The level they play football at, the ball just didn't stop pinging around.
Yeah.
It was like...
It is the speed of play that's when I talk about, even when I watch the kids, the ones at the top, it's how quick it is. It's quick. Lightning.
Honestly, I watch some training and I look at it and I just think, their touch and their ability. But it's like a golfer. I've been lucky enough. You've seen, I was in the Bahamas when we played an exhibition game. Adam Scott lived there, at Albany, at the time. And he was out, he'd have his headphones on, music on.
He's
he'd
a nice
have, lovely guy, he'd have a bucket of balls, he'd have a wedge in hand. Now, for me, being a fucking 15 handicapper, you're out there, I'm going fucking wedge, 7 iron, 6 iron, boom, boom. And it was just like...
you can putt properly, he'd have won everything.
And watching Adam Scott play, he had like the sand wedge in hand and he had a bucket of balls and we were out there for an hour. And within 30 minutes, it was like it had snowed over that green.
Yeah.
There was the odd ball about 25 yards away where it had landed on another one and shot.
Yeah.
And other than that, it was like, Jesus Christ.
That is
repetitive.
Yeah.
And that's the same with football. So Harry Kane will be out here longer than anyone.
Oh, will he?
15 minutes after training, he's still here.
Yeah.
And he'll do 20 penalties.
Others learn that as well.
20 penalties plus 20 or 30 penalties every session, after every session. Destroys the penalty spots. The lads can't stand Harry Kane. No, they love him, but that's the dedication.
Yeah.
And I'll say, Harry, look, why don't we put a goal there and we'll put you a penalty spot? No, it's got to be in that feel. And of course it has. It's like saying to golfer, there's a peg out there, you've got to feel the bunkers, you've got to see it, you can visualise it. You're a good golfer, I'm a single figure golfer, you understand it. You've got to feel what am I playing in. And that's the same at that level of football, and it's the professionalism that will that cuts you above the rest. Talking earlier about golf and those fine lines, same with football.
You're right, and the thing about Harry Kane, even people don't like him or whatever, but they all admire. He is football.
People that don't like someone like that, it's
he's just football.
jealousy.
He's not you're not a party animal or anything like that. He just wants to play football.
He's
That's
one
why I
of
like
the
him.
nicest guys you'll wish to meet.
Well, Dan, thanks for showing me around. Been really good, great day. I've really enjoyed everything you've been up to. One experience for me. I've not seen nothing like it, and I'm actually in awe of what you've been doing here. So, well done you for what you've achieved tonight. It's been fantastic.
Lars, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. Always respected you in the industry. Love what you're doing there and what it's about. Been a pleasure for me to share my experience with you today. Can't wait for us to touch base and cross paths shortly.
Oh,
thank you very much.
And thanks for your money, mate. Look at that back pocket.
20 quid.
Mind you, you wouldn't know it's 20 quid. Now go and do your job in the office. Get back to normal.
Cheers, Lars.
See you later.
Thanks, pal.
See you later.